This is Josh Hart here for Seconds Out. Delighted to be joined by a victorious Harlem Eubank here in Newcastle. Harlem, a year of inactivity, but you're back tonight. Just how good was it to shake off that ring rust?
Great to be back, man. Great to be back after a year out. Feels good, this is where I belong. And a good chance to get that ring rust off and get back to it and set up a big year next year.
You had a very, very game opponent in there, someone that we weren't sure how much trouble he was going to pose to you, but ended up being very tough. What did you make of your opponent in there?
Yeah, we knew he was going to be strong and tough and rugged, and we just didn't know, he was going to be that awkward and try and hold it every second. So, I'm prepared for anything in there, and sometimes you just have to grind them ones out and come out victorious and set out bigger fights to come.
As I spoke to you on the day you announced that you were signing a long-term deal with Wasserman, this event was labelled back to business, and it is back to business tonight, and especially setting up a massive 2025 for yourself. I'm going to ask the question, but what type of fights do you want to be in next year? Where do you see yourself this time next year?
I see myself, accelerating through the division, and, fight by fight, but we're looking to be active. So I want to start the year with a bang next year, early next year. Hopefully a big homecoming back in Brighton. Love to bring boxing back to Brighton again. It was a beautiful night last time out, this time last year in November. And we want to bring boxing back there and set up big fights. I want world title fights that set up world title opportunities, and it's a hot division, so I'm ready for all them guys.
How did you feel at your new weight class tonight? How did you feel in that ring?
I felt strong. He come to, like I say, hold and try and rough and tough, and that was his game plan. And I believe that I out-roughed and toughed him and wrestled him, and sometimes that's what you have to do against guys like that. He didn't, he refused to box, and I done what I had to do to come out victorious and grind it out against a two-time former French welterweight champion. So I done what I had to do and set up big nights, next year. So look forward to them.
And you mentioned the big nights now. There's a big name in the 147-pound division, or as we know at the moment, 147-pound division in Conor Benn. Obviously, he's linked to fight Eubank Jr. But we've seen the comments about the fight and whether people think it's safe to go ahead, especially with the weight difference. If that doesn't go ahead, do you feel there's still a big fight there to be made between yourself and Conor Benn?
100%. I'm at 147 now, and if he's at 147, then it's the same division, and it's not 2-3 divisions apart. I understand the demand, for that fight if it goes ahead, but I'm a contender in the 147-pound division, so the fight's there when he's ready for it. But I'm on my own path as well, and I'm going to be in huge fights next year regardless.
How quickly can we see you back in the ring? How early in 2025 do you want to be back out there and doing your thing in there?
This was just a chance to dust the cobwebs off, so I want to be out very early next year, February, January, February, March at the latest. So I'm straight back into the gym and ready to go again. This was a good chance to shake off after a year out of the ring. You need to get that time in and adjust to that distance and that fight night pace again. And there's a good chance to do that at 147. So I'm looking forward to getting back out January, February, March the latest. So yeah.
And just one very last one quickly, just on obviously the big fight between Benn and Eubank Jr. that we've been talking about. Do you believe that Conor Benn looking at going to middleweight, do you think that's all wrong for him in making that move, and Eubank Jr. could possibly be too big for him?
It's win-win for him, because he goes up, Chris destroys him, and it's 2 weight divisions above. So it was too much of a jump, and he goes back to 147, and he's in the same position as he is now. So I think it's win-win for him, and it's a fight that's a fantasy fight. It's weight divisions apart, and obviously Chris has achieved much more in the sport, so it is what it is. But I think it's a win-win situation for him.
Well, Harlem, I'm going to leave it there. Congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you back in the ring early next year. Cheers.